At the time of this recording, I know Drake isn't being looked at in the greatest of lights, but to take a phrase from him, things are about to go from 0 to 100 real quick. I mean, real quick. My name is Dorian, this is SCM Comics. We'll continue our coverage of Avengers vs. X-Men with Round 2. So our story starts off, it looks like Earth, but it's not Earth. We quickly see that. And I can't say the alien because technically it's on its home planet. The being says something in its native tongue, which is father, and then all of a sudden all you see is a bright light, and we see the Phoenix taking out everything. Now, for the Phoenix to be the true manifestation of life, not just in the universe, but the multiverse, it does a lot of killing. So then we switch to Avengers Tower, where we have Iron Man pretty much arguing with Protector. That's his superhero persona right now. He's Novar. This is Marvel Boy. For those of you who don't know who Novar is or Marvel Boy, he is from an alternate reality as also in the future. So he's light years ahead and he's a Creed. So you could kind of take his power set and kind of put it with Captain Marvel, like the original Captain Marvel, I guess you could say. I guess Miss Marvel has a similar power set too, who eventually will become Captain Marvel. Man, Marvel, you guys made this extremely confusing over the years. So Tony's pissed because I guess he's wiring one of his ships and he doesn't like the way he's doing it. And Navarre's like, you realize I'm from like an alternate reality that's like way ahead of you when it comes to technology. And Tony's like, I don't care, Cap, tell him not to touch my stuff. So all of a sudden, it looks like a meteor is coming towards the city, and it actually collides and takes off the right wing of a plane. And all of a sudden, Thor is like, Avengers assemble. So what they think is a meteor hit the top of the Empire State Building. So they got a few crises they got to take care of. They got a fallen plane, they got a piece of a fallen plane, and now they got the top of the Empire State Building, all coming crashing down on top of the city. So it's time to divide and conquer. So Thor catches the fallen plane. Tony's going after the right wing. Carol is going after the top of the Empire State Building, which she catches, but people are falling out of it. But it's cool because Spider-Man pretty much creates a huge spider web and catches people and debris. Tony pretty much increases his repulsors to like full blast and just shoots the wing right out the sky. And Thor spins himself in Mjolnir so fast that it creates like a little makeshift tornado that catches the plane, and then he sets it down safe into the water. So then Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, the Avengers who can't fly, go to like the crash site to see exactly what the hell this is, and then they're going to find out it's Nova. Captain America's like, hurry up, get a medical crew over here. Hawkeye's like, I thought he died. I'm thinking he's thinking about Richard Rider. Don't ask me what's going on at this time. Like, I know what Richard Rider was kind of going through, but I don't know if it coincides with this, so please don't put me on that kind of spot. So the Saiyan pretty much says it's coming, and then he just passes out. So then Captain America gets right to it, and he goes, Thor, can you go do me a favor and go up there and see if anything was following him? And then Tony's like, I don't see anything on the interstellar radar, but you can see the reflection of Captain America in Nova's helmet, and he looks worried. So now we switch to Utopia, and Cyclops is pretty much giving Hope the business for what she pulled in the last video. Cards right there, links in the description. So Cyclops is pretty much not letting her use her powers, and she's supposed to fight him, and as you can see, it's not going so well for Hope. So the Hope's like, is this how Professor Xavier trained you? And she goes to lunge at him, and he hits her with his optic blast and goes, absolutely. And she's like, what the hell, man? You said no powers. And he's like, I said no powers for you. Again. So she like sweeps his leg, gives him a back fist, and then Cyclops in one motion knees her right in the jaw. So he yells again, and then again. And then Emma Frost shows up and goes, how's everything going? And Magneto's like, your man's in the mood right now. So Emma's trying to stick up for Cyclops, and she's like, he's just trying to get her ready, you know, for when things go down. And Magneto's like, look, I know better than most. There's take your thing seriously, and then there's compulsion. There's a difference. So Hope's like, come on, man, why you riding me so hard? I've been training my whole life. And Cyclops just yells again. She goes, what do you think is going to happen to me? And he yells very loudly again. And then she yells even louder, answer me, as she channels the Phoenix and blows Cyclops away. She didn't kill him, just blew him backwards. Well, backwards so hard that he's rolling backwards. So Emma and Magneto are looking down. I don't know if they're shocked, but they're looking down. Hope it's smoking, and she goes, okay, what was that? And Cyclops is smoking too. And then Hope goes, you saw that, right? So now we cut to the White House where Captain America and Iron Man are pretty much meeting with the president and his staff members, pretty much explaining what they thought was Meteor was actually Nova of the Nova Corps, and how he is in a coma right now. So for a while they still didn't know why he was here. So then Tony, being Tony, uses technology to kind of do like a signature trace of Nova, and what popped up is the Phoenix. So then they start to explain about Jean Grey and what she did as the Dark Phoenix, and how this is a power that they don't want to mess with, and they thought it was gone, but now it's on its way back. And Cap's like, we're setting a team up to intercept the Phoenix. But I just want to be clear, this is a suicide mission. If I was an Avenger, I would not be signing up for that one. So all of a sudden, all the screens just light up. And Tony's like, oh my God. And Cap's like, what? And he was like, I had it set up to where if there was any kind of Phoenix energy here on Earth, it would alert me. Well, it just alerted me. So now we cut to the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning. Pretty much this is the school that Wolverine runs. You see, there was a thing called Schism where Wolverine and Cyclops just did not get along. So they separated, and they separated teams. So then Captain America is pretty much meeting with Wolverine, and Wolverine is explaining, the situation about the Phoenix and how he knows and so on and so forth. And Cap's like, all right, so who's going to be the host? And Wolverine's like, I know who's going to be the host. And he's like, are you going to tell me? He goes, I started the school to try to stay out of this whole thing. And then Cap's like, can I count on you in the school to back us up? And Cap is kind of guilt tripping him, which is kind of crazy. That's normally not how Cap operates. And I know technically Wolverine is also an Avenger at this time, but just still, like, you don't go around and try to do that kind of stuff. At least not my Captain America wouldn't. So now we switch back to Utopia. You got Cyclops, Colossus, Magneto, Namor, and Emma, and they're talking about hope. And they're like, so what are you thinking, Scott? And he's like, power. True power to put the world back on track. And Magneto was like, you're sounding like me, Scott. Now, when Magneto is telling you you're sounding like a dictator, you might want to listen. So Scott's like, what happened to our people was, it was unnatural. 99% of us stripped of our powers. Fewer than 200 of us left. We're an endangered species. And hope might be the key to bring us back. So the Colossus is like, the Phoenix brings death and destruction. Cyclops is like, it also brings rebirth. Last time we dealt with the Phoenix, we were young and foolish, Peter. And then Namor is like, we're still young and foolish. And then Emma's like, eventually, this is all up to Hope. We need to talk to her about this. And then Emma goes, hold that. You'll never believe who's here. And we turn to the next page and we see Captain America standing on the beach. So the Colossus is like, what's he doing here? And Emma's like, he's here for Hope. And she's like, what? So then Emma tells everybody to stand back and let Cyclops handle this. No need to get anything ramped up. So the Captain America's like, Cyclops? Cyclops is like, Cap, we need to take Hope into protective custody because the Phoenix Force is coming to Earth and our experts feel like it's headed towards her. Your experts, you mean Wolverine? So then Emma talks to Cyclops telepathically and tells her that Cap ain't leaving without Hope. So the Cyclops is like, she's a mutant. It's a mutant problem. We'll handle it. And the Cap's like, it's not a mutant versus human problem. If she's a vessel for the Phoenix, we need to take care of this. So Cyclops was like, with the Phoenix coming, this will be mutant kind's last best hope to bring back my people, Cap. So the Captain America is like, you're too close to this, Summers. Man to man, leader to leader, you need to trust me. So Cyclops is like, I'm too close? You're too far away. Anytime you need us, we're right there for you. Anytime we need you, you're nowhere to be found. So the Cap goes, you do understand, I wasn't asking. And Cyclops was like, I understood completely. And then he hits Cap's ass with a huge optic blast. So then Cap, fit his shield smoking, goes, Avengers assemble. So all the Avengers are in the helicarrier and they're ready to come down. Cyclops goes to Emma, is like, get Hope, protect her of all costs. And Emma's like, Scott, it's her decision. And Scott's like, not anymore.